Hello, Vlogalogue. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Today we are talking about the songs that matter most to us, I guess. Alex told me not to write anything, and so I spent a while trying to write something, and I didn't come up with anything. I don't know. There's also it feels obnoxious, but anyway. I was trying to think about the songs that matter to me much, and I gotta be honest, I don't listen to much music. There are a couple of songs, though, that have kind of, I guess, sentimental value to me. There's a lot of it is musical theater stuff. I tend to enjoy a lot of songs. I think my tastes kind of vary in that I like pure instrumental stuff. Or stuff where the lyrics are the main focus, which leads me to a lot of musical theater and just comedy albums and that sort of thing. On that side, leads me kind of more toward classical stuff. On the other, I love strings. I wish I could play a string instrument. I suppose the piano is a string instrument, but though technically it's a percussive instrument. So yes, songs. One of the songs that I think helps me a lot when I'm feeling blue is Big Ass Rock from the Full Monty, which is a wonderfully pleasant song about suicide. And weirdly enough, it helps me, it cheers me up a lot when I'm feeling very depressed. I'm not quite sure why that is, but I find the fact that it cheers me up, I find that also to be just really amusing and comforting for some strange reason. I like dark comedy. Other stuff, I think there are a couple of songs that I have always kind of been able to, not always, but that I kind of always have in my memories. And when I sit down at the piano, they're the things that I can knock out. Misty, which is a lounge standard, is one that I've just had memorized kind of forever, and I can always just sit down and play it. And not the best arrangement, but it's just the sort of thing where it's just like it's something I always know I can sit down and it's just kind of there. Without really, like, I never sat down and was like, this is something I had to memorize. I spent a long time, like, studiously practicing the piano, and there were songs that I memorized and learned fully and stuff, and, a few of them I probably still have memorized and can probably still work out, but, that I had made a conscious effort toward. And then there are some that are just things that I, enjoyed for a time, and they've just kind of stuck in my brain. There's one song that I've been trying to learn to play since I was maybe 12-ish. Yeah, probably about 12. And I've never quite gotten there. I just don't have the finger dexterity, and I certainly haven't practiced much in recent years, and so it hasn't gotten better. But it was the sort of thing that I tried to work on, I tried to memorize, and it's Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. And I'd love to be able to play that. But I got to the point where I was able to get through most of it, save for there's something like 27 pages of sheet music. And I got to the point where I could play all but I think probably the last 6 or 7 pages, and then it just got too crazy for me. Because I think I spent a long time practicing. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I'm having a hard time with this question because I don't know what are the songs that really matter in my life. There's certainly, I like the idea that there are certain types of songs that just evoke a certain mood or remind you of a particular time. There's a lot of folk music that brings me back to like a happy childhood, because we used to enjoy a lot of folk music. My family used to randomly, like on occasions, we holidays and things, would all be together and would randomly like be singing for like an hour, just like random like Simon and Garfunkel stuff or Kingston Trio stuff or whatever. And it never occurred to me that was weird. It's kind of fallen away as some of the extended family has passed away. But it is. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool how that was a thing. And it never struck me that it was weird. I do find it interesting, though, that I think music in general has become a consumption rather than a participatory activity. It makes me kind of sad. I think there are two potential causes. I think on the one hand, increases or decreases in religiosity, or at least in active practice of one's religion, I think has kind of contributed. When I was a young Catholic kid, everybody sang. Few people sang well, but everybody sang, and it all kind of evens out, right? And I've noticed that now when I go back and I visit my family and go to Mass for Christmas or whatever, there are very few people that are comfortable singing above a whisper. And even then, that's for the few people that go to a regular service. And I think that, I don't know, I wonder to what extent the lack of a social norm for everybody kind of adding your voice to things has made that worse. I also think there are some things like American Idol or various programs that kind of changed the way that we thought about singing as being this sort of common part of the human experience to being a celebrity skill, which I think is unfortunate. I think back, there were a lot of people when I was a kid that I knew who sang and had beautiful voices, but didn't study those voices. It wasn't a career that they were pursuing or anything, and now it seems like either you are a musician or you are someone who does not sing. I don't know. That worries me, and I hope that changes. I also think, I don't have any numbers, but it feels like there are fewer people that pick up instruments as well, and I wonder why that is and whether it will continue, because I think it's wonderful. There's so much of a self-consciousness about music now that I think is unfortunate. But I don't know. I think the music is a wonderful thing, and I think that it's great that we all, even with the worst of voices and the worst of rhythm and pitch and stuff, have the ability to express our thoughts with pitches. I think that's a cool thing, and I think that it's a shame that we've kind of lost the idea of that just being a social norm, that that's something that everybody does. But I don't know, maybe it is something that everybody does in some cultures still, and maybe it's something that everybody will do 10 years from now. We will have to wait and see. But I look forward to seeing what everyone else has to say on the subject, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.